What is up, YouTube? Welcome to STP 1440 episode 2 of my growing series. I'm just an average college kid that loves to fix things, so follow me on my journey as I fix and flip things weekly, turning a goose egg $0 into $1,000 by the end of the season. Last week's rocking chair flip was a great success and a really easy sale, and bam, $70, just like that. Now to turn that into something more. After searching around for a little bit, I found a busted iPhone 7 that the lady had posted for $50. I could not turn that down, so I had to hit the road and pick it up.
What?
I don't have any fancy equipment, so when I record on the road, I just hold the phone. So when I saw that cop, my heart jumped a little bit, but it turned out okay. Here we can see the screen is pretty cracked. This is the before condition of the phone, pretty cracked. The back has scuffs on it, a few little marks and stuff. But the good thing is this phone works and it's unlocked. It's not a brick like a lot of phones out there. And I've been fixing phones for quite a while, so I already have all these tools and everything, so this was a perfect fix and flip for this episode. 2 tips I want to give you guys if you're going to buy a used phone that I've learned over the years. Always ask for what's called the IMEI number. It's a unique identifier to each phone. Each phone is different, and what you do is just call up your carrier, tell them that number and say, hey, can you check this for me? And they'll make sure that it's not blacklisted, which means stolen, it's not iCloud locked, and that it actually will be compatible with your carrier. And the second thing is, if you're buying a phone that has Touch ID, make sure that the home button isn't broken. It's not that you can't replace the home button, it's just that the home button comes programmed with the motherboard of the phone. So when you replace that home button, you're basically only going to have a mechanical button, no longer going to have the Touch ID. Thankfully, this phone's home button was fully functioning, and so was everything else after the repair. Everything checked out. Once I got into the phone, I found out this thing had 256 gigabytes of hard drive. That's the top model of the iPhone 7, so this thing's a diamond in the rough. Should bring in major money, but stay tuned, we'll have to find out. Here's the after photos after the repair, and man, I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I think it looks crispy. Look at that back, so smooth and consistent, and the screen looks great. The display is awesome. Let's put it up for sale and see what happens. Alright, so we're on the way to meet this guy. I posted it and got like 30 hits the first day, which kind of makes me think I posted a little too cheap, but you know, I gave the first responder the chance, so that's the guy I'm meeting. You know, early bird gets the worm, I believe in that. Only interesting thing is he said he wanted to meet at this old high school. He didn't have a car, but he'd pay for my gas to get there. So it sounds a little sketch, but I'm gonna throw him a bone. And I checked, he said he's going to pay cash. I only accept Venmo or cash. You got to watch out. You sell things out there, and people either, if they offer you more than your listing price, or they say Cash App or something, it's fake, man. You're going to get ripped off. There's a lot of scam artists out there, but this guy said cash, so like I said, I'm going to throw him a bone and see what happens. Hopefully I can get on video too. Turns out my feeling about this guy was correct. And when they walked up, there was 2 of them. Thankfully, that one dude stayed back. Otherwise, I would have just got in the car and got out of there. But after about a 10-minute texting conversation, this one guy finally came around the front. He kept saying in the messages, come back to the practice fields, come back to the practice fields. And I was like, dude, if I drove here to meet you here, you can at least do the decency to come around front, or otherwise I'll just move on to the next buyer. So he eventually came around the front, and we met up, and he looked at the phone, he liked it or whatever, you know, I told him anything about it. And I said, you know, you got the cash, right? And he's like, yeah. He gives me this stack of money. So I give him the phone, and then I said, you mind if I count this? And right when I say that, you can see he turns around and starts walking away. I said, hey, wait a minute. And then I counted it, and I opened it up. There's 20 on the outside. I open it up, and it's a bunch of ones. Turns out the guy gave me $75. So very forcefully, I said, hey, man, give me the phone back. Deal is off. You can have your money back. And so he thankfully had about 80 pounds on this guy, so he stopped and just gave me the phone. And then I said, have a nice day, man. But this is just a great example of, you know, you can get ripped off out there, so you got to watch your back. So I ended up moving on to the next buyer, and he was awesome. He bought it for his daughter, and we met up. We put their SIM card in, they tried it out, they loved it, and paid full price, and it was an easy sale, and they just bought her a great phone. It's going to serve her well. But the question is now, did we make money in week 2? Well, let's run the numbers. Stay tuned and find out. So the cost breakdown for this week's episode: the iPhone from that lady cost me $50. Got the replacement screen on eBay for $15.99. I could have got one a little bit cheaper, but I wanted to get a moderately high quality screen. That way, give out good product. So $15.99, you can get them all you want on there. The total cost was $65.99. So after the sale price of $200, our profit was $134.01. Not a bad week for us. We doubled our money and made a little bit more. So if we look at our overall progress, we've got week 1 profit of $51.48 right there, and then if we add that to week 2's profit of $134.01, bam, $185.49 for our total profit at the end of week 2. Almost 1/5 of the way to our final goal. Well guys, that's the end of our episode. I want to say thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast making that one. Some of those camera angles came out wicked. More to come though. I've already got an idea what's going to go down next week, so stay tuned for that next episode coming up. If you guys liked it and you want to make a comment, you got tips, you want to see me flip something next week, just let me know down below in the comments. And I always want to leave you with this, that there's 1,440 minutes in every day. What are you doing with your time? Because time is the one asset, the one thing that you cannot get back. Use it wisely. Until next week.